Positive affirmations are one of the most powerful techniques that you can use for manifestation. And you may be doing it wrong. It's cool though. Believe it or not, it's pretty common to make a couple of slip-ups when you're crafting your affirmations for the first few times. Everyone loves this technique because it's simple and easy to implement on day one of your self-improvement journey. It's just repeating some words, right? You see, that's the thing. They are just words, but the words that you choose are crucial. The fundamentals are fundamental. I've spent years perfecting how to affirm correctly. I've done all the trial and error so you don't have to. Let's break down how to affirm correctly so you can quickly program your subconscious for success. Welcome to Here Nor There. This channel is dedicated to empowering you through the art of conscious creation, shaping the life that you aspire to live. I would greatly appreciate it if you hit that like, share, and subscribe button down below and leave a comment. Join us on the Patreon or as a YouTube member to access exclusive content. One-on-one coaching is always available in case you need a little bit more of a personal approach to applying the law of assumption to your life. Sign up for the Facebook group and follow us on social media. All of these links can be found below in the description and in the pinned comment. This will help us to stay connected, ensuring that you never miss any updates. Okay, so boom. Affirmations are fundamental to reprogramming your subconscious. We're not going to waste any time here describing how or why affirmations work. I already have an extensive episode on that. Instead, let's just assume that you already know the basics and you just want to sharpen your technique. So we ran an affirmation challenge through the first half of the month here on the HNT platform. Although we received a large amount of entries, I noticed a glaring problem. The problem isn't exclusive to those who just entered the contest, by the way, but it is indicative of how the community looks at affirmations as a whole. I've noticed this trend for years browsing through Facebook, Reddit, and YouTube comments. I'll admit it, writing affirmations correctly can be a little bit difficult. The sole purpose of affirmations is to reprogram your subconscious for more favorable thoughts and feelings about yourself and the world that you live in. Most affirmations floating around here are just simply aimless. Yeah, they sound good, but when you dig a little bit deeper, they are aimless. They have no goals. Here's an example. My desires are never late and I always get everything I want. Let's break this down. According to the laws of reality, the universe views what you focus on as confirmation for what you want to experience. So if you're accidentally overly focused on your girlfriend or boyfriend recently rejecting you, then receiving even more rejection and neglect is fulfillment of the desire that you get everything that you want. Now, isn't it? You wanted it by focusing on it. So you got it. As far as the desire being late, who decides when something is late or not? If your person decides to reconnect with you tomorrow instead of today, is that late? This is why we don't define the how or the when in affirmations. It's not needed. It will always be on time and your subconscious doesn't need an affirmation to do so. Let's try another. I am already the woman or man of my dreams. Ooh, that sounds kind of good, doesn't it? But what does it mean? What if you had a dream that you got rejected, then you received that same rejection in your 3D? Then aren't you the same woman of your dreams? Part of the problem is that the average thinker relies a little bit too much on copy and paste actions when it comes down to affirmations. It's not the best idea to just copy an affirmation you found on TikTok, then toss it in your recordings. Think about it and craft it to your liking. But I know why you're here. Instead of me breaking down examples of why these affirmations are wrong, let me demonstrate how I write affirmations after years of experience. My affirmations consist of at least one of 3 requirements, if not all of them. Number 1, the affirmation must affirm what I want to be. Affirmation number 2, the affirmation must affirm what I want to experience. Affirmation number 3, the affirmation must affirm how I want to feel during said experience. That's it. I'm going to break out one of my favorite affirmations for love. I am blissfully married to the love of my life. This affirmation confirms the I am, which indicates that I am a husband and I'm in a committed marriage. It also confirms that I am experiencing the marriage to the love of my life, which confirms my person. I know who the love of my life is. Finally, the affirmation confirms that I am in bliss. I cannot be in bliss and my wife isn't. So that covers how both of us feel. Now, try this one on for size. I am the luckiest man on earth. Yet another favorite. This affirmation is simple, but it packs a punch. Whenever we come across random events in our days that don't go in our favor, the dominant voice in our head may say, this always happens to me, or I wish I was lucky. Well, this affirmation is the cure. I've found that this affirmation programs me to arrive at the right place at the right time to always fulfill this new belief that I am lucky. I may avoid a traffic ticket, for instance, or I may have a chance to run in with someone who can provide me with support for my business ventures. A house that I've been looking to buy will suddenly pop up on the market with a reduction in price. This simple affirmation hack changes the quality of your life immediately and in every area. The more money I spend, the more money I make. This is one of my personal favorites because it always causes you to look at money as a form of unlimited abundance, as it is. When we hold on to our money, we are sometimes unintentionally confirming that it is scarce. However, with this affirmation, you will not only begin to enjoy the money you spend, but receive money in return from other people spending with you in ways that will reach you. This affirmation also helps with investing, as this is the fundamental purpose behind it. Spend a little money and in time, receive much more in return. Less is more when it comes to affirmations. If you have a list of affirmations that are 2 lines long each, ask yourself, is this necessary? Are you repeating the same desires over and over again because you're afraid they're not going to happen? Are these affirmations merging you into an experience, or are they a band-aid for how afraid you feel that your dreams just won't come true? Notice that my affirmations always state how I feel in the present moment. The universe speaks in the language of the present moment. Your subconscious and the universe, by extension, doesn't understand I will and I hope and other futuristic statements. It only understands the here and the now, the present moment. It will simply view those statements as something it will deliver in the near or distant future, if ever, because it only understands the present. I always speak to the universe in the present tense. It's important to look at these affirmations as programs. This is how I write my affirmations for myself and for others. Once again, with experience, the process becomes quite simple, but there are some pitfalls to avoid that will make this all the more easier. So let's get into it. The first and foremost point that I want you to establish is a goal. You must have a goal in your affirmations. He loves me unconditionally is not a goal. Someone can love you unconditionally and still find every excuse in the book to not be with you and love you from a distance instead. We don't want that. Instead, affirm for gratitude that you are already in the relationship that you desire. The simple marriage affirmation I gave above will cover all of that. Pick a goal and include the affirmations when applicable. Next is word choice. Word choice is important. Muy importante. The words you use are pivotal in what you're programming yourself to experience. Pop quiz. What's the more powerful word, happiness or joy? The answer, of course, is joy. Happiness is a term that's defined by being pleased by external circumstances. Joy comes from within, no matter what's going on the outside. Happiness comes and goes, but joy has more permanence. Start using words that are more intense in a positive manner. Replace I feel good with I feel euphoric. Replace I am loved with I am adored. Replace I am confident with I am charismatic. In these few examples, the words that I use have a more in-depth meaning. The subconscious will understand and comply by leading you to that state of being. Next up, feeling is the secret. Let me say this. What is the point of having something if the feeling isn't attached to it once you arrive into that experience? Yes, we are manifesting feelings here. Would you really want to experience what it's like to manifest your SP back, but to not feel elated about the new beginning with them? Would you really want to manifest your dream career, but you despise your employer after working there just for a few months? This is not up for debate in my mind, but the feeling is what matters most. So don't hesitate to put how you would feel in your affirmation. I feel liberated to be financially wealthy. I feel grateful living in my beautiful home. Remix your affirmations to include the feeling because that's the most important element of it all. Finally, target the experience instead of the desire. This goes hand in hand with the last point. Affirming over and over again that you're already in a relationship with your SP is just simply affirming the desire over and over like you're talking to a genie in a lamp. So rock with me here. Instead of focusing on simply getting something, affirm for the experience you want to partake in. Have you spent all of your time visualizing and affirming that someone chooses you instead of affirming for the experience of a lifelong commitment? That's a big difference. Those are 2 entirely different affirmations, but they come as a result of micromanaging the process. Do not waste your time on affirming for the in-between. Don't waste your time on affirming for a text message, communications, and dates. Remember the all-in-one affirmation from earlier. To be blissfully married implies that you are already getting the communication, the dates, the royal treatment, and all of that. Elsewise, you wouldn't have made it to marriage. Let's get back to the bag. Affirming that you're experiencing financial freedom is a lot more powerful than affirming that you have all the money you need. One affirmation speaks towards independent wealth. The other speaks towards your needs being met, but nothing more, nothing extra left over to enjoy. Writing affirmations for your recordings and subliminals is crucial, and it can be fun, but just remember these points that I made as you craft your next set. A lot of times your affirmations may have already came true, but because your wording was off, you may have not noticed it because it didn't come out just the way you thought it would. Your subconscious is your faithful lover. She is waiting and willing to bring every one of your desires to fruition. So take the extra step to learn how to speak to her correctly, and she will never fail you. That is our discussion for today. I am Shaun, and you are neither here nor there. Thank you for your time.